Good evening. Before we bring you the business updates, here's some major news on the local front. A massive landslide has occurred at the entrance of the Malaysia Anti-Corruption Academy in Jalan Duta, Kuala Lumpur. The landslide happened around 1:30 p.m. and no one was reported injured. Authorities ordered the evacuation of 76 people, mostly workers at the MACC Academy. A guardhouse and retaining wall were also damaged. Kuala Lumpur City Hall officials are currently on the site to assess the situation. For more updates, please tune in to Buletin Utama at 8 p.m. tonight. And on to business news. The Malaysian Palm Oil Board, MPOB, foresees Malaysia's exports of palm oil and palm-based products to China to increase this year. The MPOB set its Memorandum of Understanding with the China Chamber of Commerce for import and export of foodstuffs, native produce and animal byproducts, further broaden cooperation between the two countries in the trade of palm oil, apart from strengthening Malaysia's position and market share in the Chinese market. The cooperation also allows China to participate in the technological exploration in oil palm mechanization in Malaysia, which will help to increase productivity and reduce reliance on human labor in the plantations. China was Malaysia's second largest palm oil export market last year and accounted for 11.2% of total Malaysian palm oil exports. CGS-CIMB Research expects the Consumer Price Index CPI to be contained this month following the price control scheme for Hari Raya, which will last until April 30th. The implementation of Rahmah sales in local supermarkets and setting ceiling prices for bottled cooking oil help keep prices from rising. Despite the declining food prices, chicken prices continue to increase from an average of 9 ringgit and 40 cent per kilogram in February to 10 ringgit and 40 cent per kilogram in March. The firm also highlighted that the government intends to float the prices of chicken and eggs in June to overcome shortages, which could add to price pressure on fresh food. Malaysia's CPI declined from 3.7% in February to 3.4% year-on-year in March. Moving on, foreign funds turned into net sellers with outflows of 151.11 million ringgit worth of shares during the holiday shortened week ended April 20th. According to MIDF research, foreign investors turned net sellers again after 3 consecutive weeks of net buying. And the top 3 sectors which saw net foreign inflows last week were telecommunications and media, healthcare and consumer products and services. Meanwhile, sectors with the most outflows were financial services, technology and utilities. Year-to-date, foreigners have net sold Malaysian equities for 10 out of 16 weeks, totaling 1.93 billion ringgit. Local retailers were the top net buyers of the week at 158.3 billion ringgit, reversing its net selling trend for 3 consecutive weeks. The amount was the largest since the week ended February 10th. And lastly, Public Investment Bank Berhad expects Malaysia to face high inflationary pressures in the short term, although the growth rate is expected to slow down in the first half of this year. Contributing to this outlook are several upward risks, including elevated global commodity prices brought on by geopolitical tensions, adverse weather patterns and stronger than anticipated Chinese demand. Modifications to domestic subsidy and price control policies may also pose additional inflationary pressures. Nevertheless, the firm believes that the subsidy ceiling for RON 95 at 2 ringgit and 5 cent and diesel at 2 ringgit and 15 cent per litre may be subject to review and potentially increase gradually later this year. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Muhammed. Hamdan. Thank you for watching and keep tuning into TV3.